Hello, everyone. Rick and Lola here from the early show at 103 CIR. The Bash in Beckley, coming to the Beckley Raleigh County Convention Center August the 7th. We are just a few days away from this epic show that's going to be happening here in our area. And with us here, we have Matt from the Heatseekers, part of the tag team. It's going to be going up against the influencers on Saturday night. Matt, welcome to the program.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you guys?
We are
We're
doing
doing
very
okay, considering the fact that we're looking at the guy who's about to try to kick the crap out of our son. But
That can make for a rough morning, I'm sure.
it can definitely. So, Matt, I understand that you and the influencers, your tag team, the Heat Seekers, you guys have had some run-ins. What are we looking at for Saturday night?
We have, we've actually wrestled each other even this year several times, all across the eastern side of the United States. It feels like, they are a great team. I won't take anything away from them. Chance and Patrick have worked hard, especially over the past year, to kind of build up their game and get to a new level. And so I respect them for that. And when it comes to tag team wrestling, they've studied the craft, and they've got to that one spot to where they're kind of a thorn in our side most of the places we go. So, our plan really though is to show up in Beckley, and you're the parents, you're going to be there, probably cheering Chance on, and we're just going to embarrass them and take them back down another level, because that attitude, that confidence is just a little bit too high for the influencers. So I thought, what better opportunity than to come to Beckley, the hometown. Chance hasn't been there in years, I'm sure, because he's been so busy on the road, and embarrass him and kind of bring him back down another level in front of his family and friends.
So are you going to humiliate our
great.
son in front of his friends?
Well, I wouldn't say, humiliate, maybe just kind of just bring him down that extra notch, just put him back in his place and teach him where he's supposed to be.
Yeah. Okay. In talking to Patrick says, they deserve it. They deserve this win.
You see, Patrick, that's what we were talking about, the confidence, the thing that they think they deserve, instead of trying to go out there and earn it. So they run the mouth a little bit too much. And so, we are the guys who are going to just kind of set them right where they need to be, and just humble them, show them, kind of what true, experienced, time-tested, psychological tag team can be. And then, after Beckley, and maybe once they've humbled themselves back down to where they need to be, then we can get along from that point forward.
Again, we're talking to Matt from the Heatseekers. Now, let me ask you, Matt, now you mentioned we're talking off the air. You've actually known Chance for quite a while.
Yeah.
Now, you've been in this game for a long time. Have you ever had a chance to wrestle with some of the people that you idolize coming up?
I have. I've been very fortunate when it comes to that. So when I first broke into wrestling, this is 16 years ago, 15, 16 years ago, I trained with Dr. Tom Pritchard, and that opened up a whole lot of doors for me to start really traveling the roads and getting to work with my heroes, getting to travel and work with Midnight Express and Rock and Roll Express and Tracy Smothers and guys like that. And it's been a really wild ride over the years. I've been very fortunate for what I've been able to do in wrestling. And the cool thing is, West Virginia has been a big part of that, because a lot of the roads when I first started were up there near Beckley and Bluefield and Morgantown and stuff. And so now kind of getting to return to that has been pretty cool too.
Who was your idol? Who was your wrestling idol growing up? We've asked this of several wrestlers. Who was like the one that was like, that's my guy?
It's so tough. I grew up loving tag team wrestling. So guys like the Rock and Roll Express and Midnight Express and Road Warriors and Heavenly Bodies and things like that have always been, big influencers. Yeah, for me. But yeah, and then guys like Sting and Hogan and stuff and Ric Flair. it's hard to top those. So they're always big idols for us. And I've been fortunate to get to meet and hang out and wrestle with most of my heroes. So at least the ones that haven't passed on before I had a chance to do so. Excuse me, to do so.
And again, we're talking with Matt from the I'm sorry, not from the influencers,
See
from
what
the
you're doing. See what
Heatseekers.
you're doing.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
That's going to be one
definitely.
extra that Chance gets on.
Oh,
no.
Is that what they call a receipt, Matt?
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell him, this is from Mom, and then I'm gonna.
Oh no! Oh heavens.
He is a mama's boy. I will not lie to you. He is definitely a mama's boy. Now, Matt,
Oh boy!
now,
Wow.
We think back on Chance, and I'm not trying to bring you into the conversation. But we think back when he was young, and he would go to wrestling matches, and he would meet see those wrestlers, even on the independent circuit. Now, when you're wrestling and kids come up to you, I mean, I know that you're coming to Beckley, and we may not love you when you get here and when you leave necessarily, but is there a certain responsibility you feel to the kids that come in and they look up to you guys and want to do what you do?
Yeah, most of the kids that ask me, or tell me they want to wrestle, I tell them, find something better to do with their life, that there's a lot better avenues out there. But there is a responsibility, I guess. There's a lot of kids who really want to grow up and really want to do this. And that's really cool. I think anybody can do anything they set their mind on. I think the possibilities are limitless when it comes to what people want to do in life. And so, yeah, I mean, we get to kind of, entertain them and give them a little bit more of that dream of what they would like to do in life.
Is this what you wanted to do?
Yeah. I mean, this is, I started watching wrestling when I was really, really young and kept saying I wanted to do it. And then I just did it. And it's tough. It's a tough life.
Right.
And that's something that, a lot of the kids need to understand is it's not all fun wrestling in the ring. There's the travel and drama and training. Yeah. It's never ending. But
yeah.
It's
not pyrotechnics every time you walk in the room. It's pretty much what it is.
No. And thankfully, Beckley is going to be just an amazing show from top to bottom, and one that I'm excited for. But there's a lot of times there's events where we have to go to that are not as hyped up and not as fun. So a day like August 7th is I wouldn't say it's rare, but it's it's not as common as some kids might think when they get
Exactly. On the card, of course, we got Jerry the King Lawler, we got Matt Cardona, we've got all of these big names. Who are you excited to watch?
Me. I'm excited. Me.
Okay.
And I'm really excited to get back to the locker room and see my envelope with my money and hang out with my good friends, which there are very few of them in that locker room. I think it's just me, Elliot, and maybe Steve New. Gary Damron occasionally.
Wow. Okay.
We just kind of sit in our own corner. I might talk to Jerry Lawler. I don't know. But no, the wrestling truly on this card from top to bottom should be top notch. With Brian Myers, Matt Cardona, Jerry Lawler. I think it's pretty loaded. So I think it's going to be a fun night for everybody.
It is definitely. Again, we're talking with Matt from the Heatseekers tag team taking on the Influencers, part of the Bash in Beckley, coming up on August the 7th at the Beckley Raleigh County Convention Center. Just days away. You need to get your tickets now. We've got you linked up through our website at 103CIR.com. You can also go to BeckleyConventionCenter.com. Matt, where can they find you on social media?
Yeah, SigmundWrestling.com, and that links pretty much to everything. Most of my social media is at Sigmund Wrestling. That's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever. So
wonderful. Yeah. Well, we kind of look forward to seeing you Saturday night.
I don't know. I don't know that you do.
I don't know. I don't know that I do either. I'm like, you seem nice.
You seem like a wonderful guy that's gonna try to kill my son.
Yeah.
I just teach him a lesson. If there's things he's done in the past that you guys still haven't gotten him for, maybe I can enforce it a little bit there. And you know what? I'll be worse to Patrick than I am Chance. I'll give you guys that little bit of leeway.
Okay.
Well, thank you.
10 years ago, I would have said something like, "You're gonna have to go through me first," but now you don't have to go.
No,
Good job.
I just go straight towards Chance.
Let's
Right?
go straight for him. I'm too old for this crap, So, but we're looking forward to the match. Again, we talked to the influencers last night, and they told us they have a lot of respect for you guys as a team, and we're looking forward to a really good match.
This should be a fun night.
Most definitely.